So this side is positive. I'm going to connect the negative, and here I'm wearing my glasses, and this side is negative. I'm going to connect the... Hi, welcome to Product Review by Watt Hour. In this video, we are going to do the review of this 12 and 24 volt smart battery charger. The model is N20. This is for all types of battery: lithium, lithium iron phosphate, lead acid, AGM, and also it has a repair feature with different settings for up to 20 ampere. I'm going to test it with charging lead acid battery and also test it with lithium iron phosphate battery. This N20 battery charger is sold on Amazon. I'll provide you affiliated links that you can purchase them. The price is different from region to region, so you can check it out. Here are some of the important specs of this. For a lithium battery of 12 volts, maximum voltage is 14.7, minimum is 12.6. 24 volts and lithium, it's 29.4 volts, and the minimum is 25.2. For 12 volts lead acid batteries, all these types, 14.7 volt is the maximum. For 24 volts lead acids, all these types, maximum is 29.4. And 12 volts lithium iron phosphate is 14.6, and 24 volts lithium iron phosphate is 29.2 volts. And in here it says input power with the load maximum 280 watts. 280 watts, that's a maximum, divided by 120 volts. It will consume 2.33 ampere in North America or the region with 120 volts, and then 280 divided by 240, 1.16 ampere. Let's open the package. I'm opening it for the first time. So this seems like some company is producing it in China and everybody is just selling it. This is model N20. On this side we have a fan. We have the AC plug, which accepts 100 up to 240 volts AC. This side is nothing. There is XT60 connector, and this is the bottom. Output 12 to 24 volts, output current at 20 volts, 20 ampere, and 24 volts, 10 ampere. And from the bottom, here are the dimensions. It's around 16 centimeter or 6.2 inch. The width is about 3.4 inch or 8.8 millimeter. The depth, because of this switch, it's a little high, so let's give that a little room, is around 5.2 centimeter or 2.1 inch. So it comes with this manual. This is nice. And here at the bottom we have this AC plug. Because I purchased it from Amazon Canada, in the US and Canada, this is the plug, but you will get different plug in your region. And amazing, this is excellent, properly soldered and crimped. That looks nice with XT60 connector, very nice. And we have these terminals. Rated at 60 ampere for the battery or whatever that you want to connect it differently. Let's have a look at how we can use this we have one button here that changes the type of battery that we are using. Right now this light is on. This is a little brighter. Let me turn off the light so you can see it perhaps. When I press it, it goes to LiPo and then repair, and it comes back to lithium and AGM or lead acid. So you can move it with this button. And then we have a second switch here that has 3 ranges. This is 3/5, 5/10 or 10/20. Now this switch is very important. It has 3 position. We have 10/20, 5/10 and 3/5. So how this works is that because this operates for 12 and 24 volts, this 20 ampere is for the this 12. Now if we multiply this, 12 times 10 is 120, and then times 2, 240. That is the maximum power that this can supply. So if that's the case, then 20 times 24 does not work. So automatically this 10, 5 and 3, the left side is for 24 volts, and the right side, the maximum, is 20 ampere for 12 volts, 10 ampere for 12 volts, or 5 ampere for 12 volts. If you're using 24, then 10 ampere for 24 volts, 5 ampere for 24 volts, and 3 ampere for 24 volts. You just switch, move it. You don't see it. This is just a range, and that's the maximum. For example, if I put it at the middle, on 24 volts, it will be 5 ampere. At 12 volts, it will be 10 ampere. So 10 and 5, that's a 10 and 5 maximum point. You see it? Now lithium polymer, let's see with the maximum. Now at the moment is 1.2. So because it's lithium polymer and because it's 12 volts, we can get up to 10 ampere maximum. Now it's 6, so it can go up to 10. And the same way, if I go here at 20, it goes up to 20 ampere. (16.5), as you can see. Now if I set it to the smallest value, the maximum is 5 ampere. It will not allow anything above 5. 4.9 at the moment. When we connect it for the charge, it shows that temperature in Celsius and Fahrenheit. Then it shows the battery voltage at the moment, and it shows the amount of current that is being charged. This is the ampere hour, the amount of energy that is poured since you connect it. Once you disconnect it or turn it off, it will be resetted. Now this light is now blinking. 10 ampere, which is the maximum. If I go 20, now this is the capacity. When you charge the battery, according to the manual, these are the stages of charging that this charger applies. Each stage is named in these 9 stages, which I'm going to explain them. So the first, it's battery desulfation. These are high frequency switching current that turns on and off, and it creates, this is particularly for the lead acid batteries to remove the sulfate from the plates. And then soft start, it goes slowly, and then bulk charge. This is a huge amount of charge which finds what is suitable, and then absorption charge, which stays flat at a constant current for long period of time. And then after that, when it reaches almost about 99% or so, it goes for trickle charge, and then it does some battery tests, and then reconditioning charge. This is for keeping it, and then float and maintenance charge, they call it here, and then small current to maintain the charge. Now I'm going to test the charger using this WULILLS 12 volts 100 ampere lithium iron phosphate battery, which I purchased from AliExpress. It has a display which shows the capacity, percentage of capacity and voltage. The link to purchase this is below the video in the description. Look at it. So 12.9 or 13 volts. Now let me just test this battery. I'm connecting it because this is 12 volts lithium iron phosphate. I'm gonna just select lithium iron phosphate. This light is on. Let me turn it off so you can see it. And let's connect the positive and negative terminals. This is loose. So now it says 12 volts, 1 point, and it shows the capacity, the temperature outside, 13.7. Now because we set it to 5 volts, we can select the current from here. Now we can go 10. So now the current is 8 ampere, the range is 10. As you can see, it's buzzing. And I'm going for 20 ampere. (18.6 ampere). So let me use this meter. This is Unity 204 Plus. I will provide you the link below if you want to purchase it. It will help me also. So let's measure the current here. 13.7. 14.7. So 1 ampere difference. Oh, it changed. 13 point. So 14.7. Oh, 13.9. That's the current. That was the voltage. So 14. Let's see. 14.3. That's the voltage. Oh, ampere. 14.7. So 300 milliampere difference. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you want to purchase this battery charger, please purchase them from the affiliated links below this video, so it will help me by getting some commissions. Thank you. And here I have this lead acid battery. This is automotive battery, certified, group 35. Right now I have the electronic load connected to the lead acid battery. I've already discharged it, 11.8 volts, but I'm going to discharge it more with 50 ampere current. And as you can see, it shows 3.2 volts. This is under the load. If I reduce it to 36, as you can see, the amount of, so now it's 36, let's go 50, 10.2, but if I turn it off, the voltage is like 11.6 volts. Under 50 ampere current, this is the current voltage and this is the current curve. I have discharged this battery up to certain points. So first make sure to select lead using this button. This light moves up to here and then connect the terminals. Let's see. When I set it to lead acid, the voltage changes to 12 volts here, so we know it's a 12 volts battery. I've set this to 10 amp, 6.4, so the current is slowly increased, and that's 10 ampere. Let's increase it. I set it to 20. Now it shows 16.5, so it's fluctuating. Let's measure it with a, I'm resetting it. And here's 20 amperes, 20.1. It shows 19.9, but that's fine. Now we are going to have a look at the protections that this charger offers. The most important two protection of this charger is short circuit protection, if you short circuit this, and also if you connect that in reverse. And let me test it. I'm not sure if this works or not, but I'm going to test it, so I'm doing this at the end of this video right now. First, let's just create a short circuit and see. So it showed error and then ERO. So perfect. So the short circuit protection works and it's not damaged. That's the first thing. Positive. Again, it shows error and the protection seems to be working. And after that, I think it goes off. Let's see. After a few seconds, let's measure the current and see if there is any current. $400 milliampere. That's nice. So let's disconnect it off. Connect it again. Beeping. Current 420, 430 milliampere. Perfect. So you see the spark when I removed it. Don't worry about it, but it is working and it's protecting your battery and your charger. Amazing. Now for conclusion, I would say is that it delivered all the features that it promised in terms of charging batteries and also in terms of amount of current, the rating, also for repair and also for the protection, reverse polarity protection, short circuit protection, and also all the labeling. And when it is in winter mode, it shows winter. If it's too cold, it's heating it up, and if it's hot, it will show summer. And so those labels on the screen also will help. And when it's full, it shows full. I was not able to record it because when I was filling it up, the camera was off, but it showed properly, and the approximate percentage is also nice. And this is a well-built charger. Make sure to look at the shape that I'm showing and get this version that works anywhere in the world from 110 to 220 volts. When you're purchasing it, pay attention to get the one that is labeled like this, the number and all the layout, because there are different versions of this which are not properly built. As you saw, all the tests that I've done was working perfectly. Also the connector are very good. There is a different version of this, so you see this is built very nicely. Even if you put it, they will not touch, even though it has protection. but still this is very good quality. There is another version that some other stores are selling it. I'm going to show you right now. This is the connector. Make sure that that connector is not good. I've seen them, they're very flimsy, so pay attention to that. I'll do my best to provide you the proper affiliated links so you can purchase them, but when you're purchasing it, make sure to see the actual picture, and it should be something like this. And you see it has all these certifications with them available, so pay attention to this, and also pay attention to the connector. This is very well made connector, proper, and the wiring is 10 gauge 12 gauge wire, so this is very. Now let's have a look at this repair feature. I do not have a proper battery that is damaged or low voltage, but we have these three. We have these lithium ion batteries, and these are the maximum charge voltage for these are 4.2. So 4.2 times 3, 12.6 volts. But at the moment, if I measure the voltage here, the two wires that I've connected, let's see them. It's 9 volts, around 10 volts. So now this charger will assume this as a 12 volt battery, and I have already left it in repair mode. This light is on, as you can see. By pressing this button, you can move this light and it's coming to repair. And with 3.2 times 3, 9.6 volts. So this will treat it as 12 volts, and here is a voltage for these three cells, and I've put this in repair mode. Now it's connected, it says pull, so this is now pulling it, and the voltage across these two terminals are now 11.2 volts, and it's pulling it up. And I'm sure when it is above 13.7 or 14.2 volts, it will jump and assume that it will try to pull the voltage up. So at the moment the voltage is very low, around 11.4 volts, and it's pulling it up. So this feature also is very useful. And here on this manual it says the minimum start voltage is 2 volts. So if your battery is below 2 volts, it will not be able to start. So that's the limit. Keep that in mind. Thank you for watching. This was the review of this N20 12 and 24 volts universal charger. Please thumb up the video, and also if you want to purchase it, please use the links provided in the description. It will also help me. I get some commission. And don't forget to subscribe. If you have comment or question, post it below this video. I try to answer and reply.